The 2022-23 NBA season included some incredible feats. Some players managed to achieve things that were unseen before in the history of the NBA. From Luka Doncic recording a 60-20-10 game to LeBron James becoming the all-time scoring leader. These are astonishing NBA records that were broken in 2023. And to kick things off, we have to talk about LeBron, but not for his scoring title. Because in 2023, the King has reached a different feat that will remain mere fantasy for most NBA players throughout their whole career. On January 24th, LeBron scored 46 points against Los Angeles Clippers, becoming the first player in NBA history to score 40 or more points against all 30 teams. On March 27, 2004, the New Jersey Nets allowed a 19-year-old LeBron James to score a then career-high 41 points on them in the 69th game of his career, when he was a rookie with the Cavaliers. Now, take a guess how many games it took LeBron to score 40 against every team in the league. 1,404, 1,504 or 1,604? The answer is A. In his 1,404th game, the King has done it. Damn, James hasn't even turned 40 but scored 40 on every team. That surely makes everyone except him look old. By the way, in this game against the Clippers, LeBron also scored a career-high 9 3-pointers. But the fact that no one was able to attain this achievement before is what makes it so special. In fact, Michael Jordan didn't even score 30 points against every team in the league. But now let's move on, because we still have to talk about Luka's once-in-a-lifetime game, hitting the most consecutive free throws in NBA history and breaking a record that has stood since 1984. So let's start with Doncic.
Left side of the floor, Luka's three is a ring.
There surely is a reason why people nicknamed this young Slovenian Luka Magic. Just look at his averages this season of 32.4 points, 8.4 rebounds and 8 assists, and you get a feeling of how dominant he is as a player. But while his stats are an incredible feat by itself, Luka has done something in 2023 that was never seen before. During the Dallas Mavericks' December 27th game against the New York Knicks, he tallied the first ever 60-point, 20-rebound triple-double in league history. Doncic ended up with 60 points, 21 rebounds and 10 assists as he led the Mavs to a 126-121 overtime win. A triple-double itself is an astonishing feat, but doing so while scoring 60 points and 20 rebounds? That's on another level. In 1968, Wilt Chamberlain scored a 58-point triple-double. In 2017, Russell Westbrook had a 57-point triple-double. And just 1 year later, James Harden also recorded a 60-point triple-double. But even he looks pale if you compare his 10 rebounds to Luka's 21. Doncic also broke multiple other records throughout the season, like becoming the first to record 250 points, 50 rebounds and 50 assists in a 5-game span, and the second player after Wilt Chamberlain to score 30 points in the first 8 games of the season. Finally, Luka did one more thing. He subscribed to this YouTube channel and afterwards his accolades became even crazier. So maybe you should do the same. But now let's move on, because we still have some mind-blowing records that were broken. Like the Miami Heat breaking a free throw record. The average free throw percentage in the NBA is 78.4%. That means most of the shots go in, but it can still be quite hard to accumulate large streaks for a team, as every franchise has good and not so good shooters. The record for the most consecutive free throws by an NBA player was set by Michael Williams in 1993, with 97 free throws made in a row. But for a team to reach these high numbers is a lot more difficult. In 1982, the Utah Jazz set a record with 39 of 39 free throws in one game. This year, more than 30 years later, the Miami Heat beat this record. They scored 40 consecutive free throws. That's crazy. I would be happy if I make 5 in a row.
40 in a row.
I think this is when we feel most alive, when everything just happens and when all of our competitive juices get out there. That's the team we can all relate to. That's the team I like. Head coach Erik Spoelstra said after that game. Now, if you think we have already covered all great records this season, you are dead wrong. The greatest record of them all still lies before us, so make sure to watch until the end. But first, we have to talk about Nikola Jokic. We all know that the Joker has had an incredible season. Not only did he almost win MVP, averaged 24.5 points, 11.8 rebounds and 9.8 assists, and won a championship, but he also broke records that have never been seen before. Firstly, he broke the record for the most triple-doubles in a single postseason. Getting a triple-double in the regular season is one thing, doing it in the playoffs is another. If someone gets double digits in all categories in the postseason, you know that this player is valuable for winning a championship. In 2020, Lebron James played incredibly well in the playoffs, as we know him, and reached a total of 5 triple-doubles. That's outstanding. In 1967, Wilt Chamberlain set a record that almost lasted until the season, scoring 7 triple-doubles in the playoffs. Well, and then there's Nikola Jokic. In 2023, the Joker gathered a total of 10 triple-doubles in the postseason and won a championship for his team. Can it get any better? I don't think so. But there is more. He not only scored 32 points, 21 rebounds and 10 assists in the finals game, but also became the first 500, 200, 100 postseason player. He became the first to 500 points, 200 rebounds and 100 assists in a single postseason. Some NBA players can't even do this in the regular season. Jokic is just a different breed.
Jokic, put it up!
Alright, we have 3 more records to go and we are yet to talk about LeBron's scoring record. But before that, we have to mention a different kind of record. The San Antonio Spurs celebrated their 50th anniversary in the NBA in style. They hosted the January 13th game against the defending champions Golden State Warriors at the Alamodome. The Spurs hosted 68,323 at the venue, setting a single game record for the attendance. The Spurs unfortunately lost that game 144 to 113. Now while this isn't an outstanding league-defining players feat, it still is a record to be aware of. But don't worry, for our top 2 records we are returning to incredible feats achieved by NBA players. In 2010, a young Steph Curry set a league record for the most 3-pointers scored as a rookie, with 166 3-pointers. This record stood for almost a decade and then was broken multiple times by players like Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, or in 2018 Donovan Mitchell. But now in 2023 the record was broken again by Murray. Nope, not Jamal Murray, Keegan Murray. Now take a guess how many 3-pointers this guy made as a rookie. Got your number? Murray scored a total of 206 3-pointers in his first season. 43 more than Steph Curry in 2010. Back then, Curry's record seemed like it would hold on for decades. But every time we think a record is unbreakable, someone comes around and proves us wrong. There are countless times when fans thought a record would never be broken, only to experience the opposite later on. We keep on defying what seems to be impossible, and we keep on stretching the limit of what is possible. And that's exactly what happened with the record for the all-time scoring leader in the NBA.
Turns, shoots! Scores!
In 1966, Wilt Chamberlain passed Bob Pettit to become the NBA's all-time scoring leader with 20,884 points. Wilt would keep the title for an entire 6,625 days. After that, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would break that record in 1982 and a few years later, in 1989, retire with a total of 38,387 points. This record seemed unbreakable. At that time, no one was even close to reaching this mark. Kareem played 20 seasons in the NBA and people thought, that's it, this is the limit. But then LeBron came. On February 7, 2023, James scored 36 points and surpassed Kareem as the all-time scoring leader. This is by far the most noticeable record that was broken this season. The only question that remains, will it ever be broken again? LeBron is still playing and at 38 years old said he feels capable of playing into his 40s. It's almost certain that LeBron will break the 40,000 point mark, but with how much will he retire? We don't know. I believe that his record will be broken in the future, just not anytime soon. Even though the league features better scorers than ever with guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant or Luka Doncic, they are far away from touching LeBron's score. But as always, players are becoming more advanced, talent is found everywhere, and records are just ticking time bombs, waiting to be broken and explode into whole new spheres of what is said to be possible. This season was nothing shy of mind-blowing. The records that were set are exactly what fans want to see. This is why the NBA is so attractive. You see superhuman play basketball at a level that some people claim to be inhuman. But it doesn't just attract players, but also brands like Nike or Adidas. And like humans, brands make mistakes. Take Steph Curry for example. We all know him as the greatest shooter the league has ever seen. But in 2013, Nike didn't treat him that way and ended up losing a once-in-a-lifetime talent to Under Armour because of a crappy PowerPoint. If you want to know more about it, make sure to check out this video about Nike's biggest fail. Just click on the video, I'll see you there.